Cowboys week 16 versus the Eagles. This is a rematch, man. We're looking for revenge. I don't care what people say, but one thing I can tell you for sure, two things for certain. We can't stand those Eagles. We can't. That's the right ball.
Oh man, I can't stand them. I mean, I'm sick of it. I'm ready for us to go ahead and get that revenge.
Man, looking forward, man. Y'all already know the Eagles, the second or the third ranked defense in the National Football League. There are things that we still got to uncover. T.Y., we got to see whether or not he's able to stand tall at the age of 33.
Yeah.
Can he be on the same page with Dak Prescott? Those are things that we look for.
And I think T.Y. gonna be the key. Yeah, I think he's gonna be one of the keys just because of the matchup. They still don't have Chauncey Gardner.
Right.
We have to respect Bradbury's increase of his season. He's playing better.
Yeah, he's playing good.
He can,
I mean, with less responsibilities.
Yeah, but
sure, you're supposed to shine and get second and third wide.
I still say CeeDee Lamb over him because CeeDee got the last cooking on him. He gave him some of that sprinkling.
His mama's cooking.
You know, I have to also give Slade an edge because Slade won out on Amari, so I think it would be very homerish of me to just anoint him over CeeDee Lamb. So the X factor is T.Y.
T.Y. And there ain't no alibi with that. We need T.Y. Hilton to stand tall, be that guy that can really stretch the field, find the short areas of the field. I think he still got short area quickness. I think that he can still, he called himself the ghost, meaning that if you gonna press this man, you close to him, all of a sudden he disappears.
Yeah.
And he found a soft spot and he kill you for 16 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the next best thing that I would also talk about is the fact that Jerry and the coaching staff have been raving on his brain.
Yeah.
And you cannot be in the Kellen Moore's option route system without a very good cerebral ability.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about your film session and my film session, because you did an off-season film session.
Off-season, yeah.
And I did an off-season film session, is that both of us could clearly tell that he's intuitive at finding those zones.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do in this option route system. So he's a fit.
Sink, open up hips, catch ball, the turn, get upfield.
Yeah.
I think that's the vital spot. Look, guys, we are missing production. Regardless of how we look at it, Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, that's over 1,400 yards of production. Also with that, that's also 14 touchdowns. Think about this, let's contextualize this.
Yeah.
Cedric Wilson, passer rating when targeted, 130.
Yeah.
And let me add in Amari Cooper, passer rating when targeted, 122.
Yeah.
That's lost production that we don't have.
Yeah.
And on top of that, when we look at all of that, we expected Noah Brown to move up from the fourth and the fifth option all the way down to the second option because of Michael Gallup injury, because James Washington, we wanted him to stand tall, but it's a wait and see. Right. So now we got a guy that's been proven in the NFL for a long time. He had 3 tubs last season. His name is T.Y. Hilton. With these option routes, I just look at it that he would find the soft spots and just be able to extend plays to help players out for Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he's also that surprise factor. There's no film on him. There's no film in this system. So he is the element of surprise that's perfect for Philly.
Yeah.
So whatever we pull out with T.Y. is going to be brand new.
Right.
So it's a whole lot of reasons to why he should be an X factor. I want to kind of flip the script real quick though.
Flip it.
It's somebody that a lot of people are not talking about that I think we should.
Who would that be?
Hargraves for Philly.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
just flipping it just a little bit.
Okay.
Because see, Hargraves is the matchup that most people are not talking about. But I don't see how, if you're not Connor, right, McGovern, if you're not taking this personal.
So how you gonna look at your front five then? Who's your starting front five?
My starting front five is gonna be the same starting front five with the Jags.
Okay.
From left to right to T. Smith.
T. Smith. So Tyler Smith.
Yup. Then Connor, McGovern, Tyler, then Zach, and then T. Smith.
Right.
But see, my thing is Hargraves with the sack amounts that he has this year from the interior is something that we have to look for that most people not talking about.
Right.
Is the dangers of him being able to really hurt the game by causing interior pressure on Dak.
Right.
I actually trust our edges, right? Like I trust, in my opinion, T. Smith versus Hassan Reddick.
Hassan Reddick, yeah.
I feel great. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer, All-Pro.
Right.
he's seen you before, big dog.
Yeah, he did. But one thing that I want the Cowboys to do is just lean on that Eagles defensive front.
Yeah.
I think that will be their weakness. Elijah Elliott averaged 6.2 yards per toe, had over 80 yards in his first meeting. I think that they should run the ball to open up the pass. If you do those things, everything else will work its way out.
Yeah, and that's the Achilles heel of the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Right.
Is the unknown of what identity we're going to come out with.
Right.
We at this point just got to wait game to game. Because it was games where we shined when we targeted Gallup and CeeDee Lamb early.
Right.
But then you were coming to the Jags game and you would clearly see that it was a game plan to over-target Noah Brown.
Man.
So it's just like, who are we, especially in these big games? So the big game things, this is the time to see if we learned, in my opinion.
Well, our losses never came back-to-back throughout this season. So I think that we kind of pick up the pieces after a loss.
Yeah, we also.
And
we do
hopefully that will be the situation here. We got 3 more games to close this season out, and what we're trying to do is correct our wrongs.
Yeah.
We know that we can run the ball, but the philosophy within the confines of running the ball, 41 attempts last week. On top of that, we ran majority of those attempts out of shotgun.
Yeah.
I want us to impose our will. Shotgun is finesse.
Yeah.
I want to get out of this finesse look.
Right.
I want to bring some physicality to the table.
Right.
Get into some pro sets, some I formation. Let's run this ball. Let's get it that way. What's your thoughts on that?
No, I absolutely agree, especially with this game. This game is about physicality, imposing your will, resting the defense, having a game plan that's not finesse. You've been saying all offseason that we've learned from San Fran. That we need to be more physical. We got rid of Amari. We got rid of Lyle Collins. We got rid of all of these guys. That's what y'all said.
That's what they said?
They said y'all said that because you've learned that you need a certain type of guy for San Fran.
Right.
Well, this is time to see.
Yeah.
This is time to display it. And let's also be honest, the last, except for the Jags, the 3 previous games before the Jags, we came out not establishing that physical identity that you talked about.
Yeah.
This is definitely the game to do.
Yeah, this is. And it can start right now, ladies and gentlemen. If the Cowboys showcase their skill set of being power.
Yeah.
You know, power to finesse, not finesse to power.
Yeah,
power to finesse. Well, we got it. You know, that's just who we are.
Yeah.
And I look at formations, whereas we can literally have Zach Martin on the right side, Tyron Smith on the right side, and then you can also add into the mix Jason Peters to be that other guy, to be your pretty much fullback, quote unquote. That would be phenomenal, baby.
Yeah, and
run that ball that way.
I'm gonna spin it one more time,
That's
man.
Hold on before you go into that.
Okay.
That's 3, not 1, not 2, 3 Hall of Famers on one side.
On the same side. So, and to me, the film clearly said that the real Hall of Famer was ours, T. Smith. Like T. Smith to be coming back from the Jags. With a hamstring that came all the way off is
meat off the bone.
And to come back the way that he did. And shout out to Tyler Smith. I said this before on my channel, I'm gonna say it again. Tyler Smith had him so motivated, that when he came back, that his normal arm braces didn't even fit. They had to use knee braces to put it on his arms because he got so big in this time that he's been preparing to come back. You do that type of stuff because of competition. Because that happened with Romo with Dak. You remember that? Where Dez was saying, oh, this for the first time I saw a 6-pack on Romo. Well, what happened those other 7 years? It was the competition. It was the guy that you actually looking at getting ready to take your job. But that's going to work out for us, man. We so fortunate. How do we actually lose, literally, the Terrence Steele playing so good and still be just as good or better?
You're right. Because iron sharpen iron and steel sharpen steel. And I ain't talking about reserve. So what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anyone else that's listening, the Dallas Cowboys got levels of competition. when we lose, it seems like the end of the world.
Yeah.
But those boys come back like snake venom.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Shoot, look, after the Green Bay game, we went on a run,
Yeah.
a Terry.
Yeah.
And so all of these things, hopefully, heading into these last 3 weeks, we just trying to correct our wrongs, get into this playoff like we already in, and just go ham.
Yeah, I want us to blow them out, man.
Oh, you weren't really
Nobody knew that we was gonna blow out Minnesota.
Nobody.
But when we lost to Green Bay, to your point, it forced us into our real identity running the ball.
Run that.
Kelly Moore was being embarrassed. What
Yeah.
was happening? Everybody was talking about how did you let them come back in the fourth quarter when you was up by 14 points?
Yeah.
How did you throw the ball so much versus Green Bay? And it tied Kelly Moore's hands.
Right.
I'm hoping that's the case, to where hopefully this game, his hands are super tied.
Right.
To where he said, you know what, I gotta run the ball, especially in this big game. I can't be exposed. I'm trying to get a coaching job.
Right.
The best thing to do is play ball with my head coach.
Yeah.
If we do that, we can blow these balls out. We blew out Minnesota. Nobody knew that was coming.
In closing, I got to say this, ladies and gentlemen. It's one thing to say, yeah, run the ball. It's like working for a quota versus working for a purpose.
Right.
I want the Cowboys to run with a purpose, not just running to hit a quota.
Right.
And we can clearly see that last game they ran the ball to solidify the quota. Now we need to run with purpose to open up the pass. And that's my thoughts on that. If the Cowboys do that, there's only one team that can beat the Cowboys. And that one team is the Dallas Cowboys. Boss, what you got on your final word?
Yeah, man. We also got to stay diligent, vigilant, all alerts. We got to be on top.
Yeah.
Because, see, don't sleep on Gardner. Don't sleep. Gardner is a killer. He is.
Yeah.
He's not super fancy, but he's Dak-ish in this way. He can complete those balls. He's not going to be fancy. And he's going to be a play-action quarterback.
Right.
They're going to set it up with the run.
Right.
So, we need to be diligent, vigilant in all events, just because this is still going to be a war.
Yeah.
So don't sleep, but we need to play our game. We play our game, ain't nobody better than us.
Ain't nobody. Y'all heard it first, man. This Boss Cowboy Sports. I'm Law Nation Sports. Let's continue to grind and shine. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.